Hey friends, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to share finally our garage craft room renovation. So those who are new to my channel or weren't following my studio vlogs a while ago, we were expecting a new baby and didn't have room in our house to keep my craft room and have a new room for the baby. So priorities. We decided to convert our garage into a living space and turn that into my craft room instead. And that is where I'm standing right now. It has been quite the journey. It is not 100% finished, but it's finished enough that I felt like I could share it. And then once we add more of the final details and trim, then I'll do an actual room tour. But this video is going to be kind of the process of changing it from a garage to a studio. So it's kind of like a studio vlog, but a renovation vlog instead. I hope that you'll stick through it and maybe it's interesting to you. Maybe you'll be inspired to turn a space you already have into something that you will love better. But yeah, hopefully you can just vibe with me and enjoy it. But I'm certainly excited to share it with you. So hope you love it. Let's jump right in. Okay, so it's almost midnight, but I wanted to pop in and share some really exciting news, which is that we just met with a contractor yesterday. And because, like I mentioned before, we are expecting a baby, we don't really have enough room in our house for that to happen. So we decided an addition was out of our budget. We couldn't afford that. But we are able to renovate the garage. It's gross. You guys will see it in upcoming like footage or whatever, but it's gross. But we will be able to finish it and turn it into an actual living space. So I'm really excited. So basically I am going to move down to the garage and our boys will take this room, the room over the garage that I use for my studio right now. And then we'll do like a big room shuffle and the baby will get what is currently Andrew's little office, like / guest bedroom. And then his office will move to the boys' current room. It's a big shuffle, lot of undertaking. Like, I don't know, it's a lot, but I'm really excited. So we just started kind of planning out what the room will look like. And I've been feeling very stressed and overwhelmed, but I think it's finally like starting to come together and we kind of have like a general plan of what we're going to do. So I can't wait to share that with you and kind of include you all on the journey. And we haven't even really like finished this room, so that kind of sucks, but I will at least do, once I clean up in here, like a brief room tour of like how it turned out or like how far we got. We never really like completely finished it, but anyway, so you guys can at least see that progress before we move. But it'll be a while before that happens because I think they're gonna start soon on like getting things done, but it's gonna take like probably at least a month, I think, for them to like redo everything. The end date is like, this is like the very longest that expected it to take, but like they said it should be much shorter than that. They said like by July 30th it should be like completely finished, but that it would probably be much shorter than that. And it's currently May 18th, so in the next like week or so I think we're going to be starting. So theoretically in the next studio vlog I'll have something to show you, maybe even just like befores and like the beginning of cleaning out the garage because it's horrible. Anyway, okay, that's all. I wanted to share that with you. I'm really excited. Okay, yay. So we're making progress. It still looks absolutely horrible, but we are clearing things out, all kinds of stuff. I don't know, you can actually see some of the floor, which is awesome. Yeah, I don't know, we're getting there, or we will get there. So they just cut across the driveway with a saw. And all this from the line up until the garage door is going to get like jackhammered out so that we can replace the garage door with like a foundation thing and start like turning it into a room. What the heck? All right, so this is like the first look at like our plan, I guess, for the craft room. Andrew has been like helping me. I don't know how to use this program really, but Andrew's been helping me kind of like draw things out and put in the IKEA units that we're gonna use. So I'm thinking this is all gonna be hidden storage. This is where my products are gonna go on the wall. I think we're gonna have to cut the panels that we currently have in half and then just put them side by side here. And then, so printer, computer, my little Cameo that I just got. And then this section here will be like basically craft storage and the kind of like nice display stuff so that it looks pretty. And then right here at the table is where I would do like my filming. We're gonna have to try to figure out how to like mount the camera from the ceiling and like run the cords and cables and all of that so that I could do that. But this would be like where I did my desk down, like top down filming, and then possibly like filming face stuff so that you could see the pretty stuff behind me when I do that. This is gonna be the photo station since it's right next to the window. I'm hoping I can have like my photo props and stuff right there. This says photo station, but it's supposed to be the packing station. We're gonna build like a giant table in the middle using like some Kallax units and then like a nice butcher block tabletop. Same with the countertop here. It's gonna be butcher block, I think. This is just experimental with these Alex drawers. I already have some of them, like 4 of these ones. I'm not sure if I like this or not, possibly, but I don't know yet. And then heat press, like maybe somewhere over here by the windows. This right here is actually currently a door to the outside because this is the garage. But we're gonna change that, take out the door and put in just a window. And then this wall here is actually where the garage door is right now. So they're gonna build in a whole wall and like put in 2 windows. And then there's no window, where is this? Right here either right now. That kind of like looks at our front porch. So we're gonna put that in. And then my Besta units that I currently have are back here. And then we're putting in like a double glass door here, like a French door, and that goes into the kitchen. So it'll give me some light from the backyard as well. So I'm hoping this isn't gonna be a dungeon. I really want like a lot of natural light. We're gonna put like a nice big pretty rug in the middle or something. I don't know, I'm getting excited. I hope it turns out how I'm imagining it. We'll see. This is kind of just like the first draft, I guess, of what it might look like. Things can definitely change, but this is what we're going with so far. So it's nighttime, it's like 9 o'clock, and they just finished working for the day. They finished the subfloor, so now there's flooring all the way across. And they framed the closet for the water heater there. So that's gonna be a wall with like a door right there. So you won't see the heater, the water heater from in here, but we'll still be able to get in there and access it if we need to, I don't know, do anything with it. So, yay. All right, so we just got home and we're checking on the progress from the contractors. They've got two of the windows framed. They're still gonna put one window right there on the side wall and then one right there. And then they have to take the door out and make that a window as well. So still quite a bit of work to do before they start adding like the drywall and all that. But at least we're getting kind of a closed-in space now. Woo! So yesterday they wrapped the exterior where they built this wall, and then they took out the door that was there. So that eventually will be a window, but they're using it as an access point so they can get in and out without having to come through our house. So yeah, there's gonna be another window like I mentioned there, and then on that wall there, and then eventually the door will be a window as well. So it'll be a totally enclosed space, but hopefully they keep making progress and we'll see how it goes. All right, things are coming along. They started to run the electrical today. So you can see those blue boxes over there. That's the electrical stuff that's starting to be put in for where the outlets are gonna go. We got 2 windows. The side window went in. The siding is actually done on the outside too, so I'll show you that. And then we've got just the one more window that they have to cut out and frame and put in there. And then that is eventually gonna turn into a window as well. And then the hot water heater closet thing. There's the windows that we haven't used yet, but yeah, it's starting to feel like a room. Like definitely not a garage anymore. I mean, obviously it's still full of chaos and junk and but it's coming along. Yay! Kieran is sweeping for nails. But this is the front. Let's see, there you go. That's the front now. So it doesn't look like a garage anymore. We're about to go to the store and get shutters. Eventually this will be like mulch here and like a flower bed and all that where the driveway ends. And they put in a new box there and then raised the one over here so that they were even, so that we can put our new light fixtures in, which we just got from the store. So yay! All right, so we're almost done with the front of the house. We got the 2 new lights up and the shutters on that window. We still have to put the shutters on that window and paint the little nail thingies blue to match the shutters so they don't stand out. And then we got these little flower boxes or whatever to put under the windows. And I got some flowers to put in there. Yay! So the contractors came earlier today, and for some reason they put in the drywall around this closet. I don't think they were supposed to do that yet, but also the HVAC people came and installed the air conditioning unit. So that's cool. And yeah, still got a whole lot of work to do, but things are happening. All right, so the door is not in yet. So this is our kitchen. There's the double door cut out and ready to go. We got plastic up over top of it so we can go in. and see what the room is looking like. They just put drywall up on that wall, and they did their first coat of like the drywall mud stuff. So that is in progress. Things are coming together. Still got quite a bit of ways to go. They did fix the door or the closet to make that smaller. I think I mentioned that probably before, that it was like way too big. So they resized that for us, made it much smaller, which is really nice. This is just the closet for the hot water heater, which was in the garage. So we just needed that to not be in the room. It's gonna have vents to go outside so that that's all taken care of. Still some drywall stuff to take care of over here. Lots and lots of mess. It's actually looking way cleaner than it did before though. We got the AC. You can see Benton over there in the kitchen. But yeah, this is the room so far. It's actually starting to look like a living space, sort of, instead of the yucky, gross garage. So I'm excited. Hopefully we're gonna be done soon, finally. So we've been 7 days of drywall. I don't know what the deal is. Well, I do, but they finally got a different crew of people in here to work on the drywall. So it has improved. It's actually starting to look more like actual walls. Before everything was just like really rough and there were globs of stuff everywhere. It is still wet right now, so it's got to dry, but it's looking better. It still looks a little scary in here. But it's coming together. It's taking a lot longer than I wanted. So I think they're supposed to come back and finish the drywall tomorrow, like all of the mud stuff. And then theoretically, hopefully on Thursday, they will start painting. So yeah. And then over, I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna walk this way so you can see this. There's the door, which is like not actually set in yet and needs to be painted. And obviously there's no like flooring in here. So after they paint, they'll put the flooring in and paint my doors too. But yeah, we're getting close. All right, so here is the status of our garage conversion. We're in the process of having the door painted and like there's no trim. And there's a lot of repairs that need to be done on the wall. But they shortened the railing for our staircase. That actually goes up into the craft room now. And the light switch got moved over as well. But in we go. The walls are looking more like walls, so that's an improvement. They were working on repairing the ceiling, and there's a couple spots that were not flat. So they were fixing that and painting. You can see it's like discolored. The drywall that was in here on the ceiling was like a tan kind of color, so that's still showing through, but yeah, it's a room, sort of. We had some drywall repairs that had to be done, so those are in progress, but overall, I do think it's looking better. Yeah, coming along. Okay, so we actually ended up firing the contractors that were working on this room. It's been a horrible experience. It's been over 3 months since they started, and they're still not finished. And all they had to do was add a wall and put in windows and like finish the interior space, which should have taken maybe a couple weeks. But we're past 3 months, and the room still looks like this. So we are just gonna finish it ourselves. I am now almost almost 8 months pregnant and like really ready to just be done with all of this. So we're just gonna try to get it done. Andrew's pretty handy, so we're starting to work on things now. We're gonna have to fix a lot of mistakes that they made, but we just put in the first light. Obviously the ceiling is far from perfect, but I think the lights are gonna look really cute. They are able to be any color, which is nice. So we're gonna go ahead and install those. Kieran is learning how to install the light. And yeah, we're gonna go from there. This is one of the reasons we finally decided to fire the contractors. This was a brand new door, which they have basically destroyed. It looks absolutely horrific. It looks like it's like a 100-year-old door or something. It's been painted and dusty and gross. Yeah, I don't know. It's so bad. So we're gonna try to clean it up and see what we can do. So we put in the GAN lights, and apparently they are Wi-Fi enabled. And Andrew decided to make them like a rave or something. So now they're just constantly changing colors. I don't even know. It's like a little party in here. So we have a second coat of paint on all the walls. I'm pretty excited. I think it's looking really good. All the walls look so cute. A little mint paradise in here. But yeah, so I put the trim piece over here just so I could kind of see what it might look like. That's still gonna have to get like attached to the wall and everything all the way around, but we had to wait for the paint to dry. So hopefully later this afternoon, we'll be able to put the trim on. And then once that is done, we can start on the floor, I think. So we'll be able to get this big pile of stuff out. All those boxes there in the middle are the flooring. So yeah, hopefully we'll be moving right along. I'm really excited. Andrew was able to fix the door, so now it is actually hung properly. Excuse the mess out there. We got the knob installed, so you can actually like turn the handle. The trim is on there, and all the trim has been installed around most of the room. Ignore that, that's super gross. That's from where they broke our water line several times. Yay. Before we fired the contractors, they flooded this room more than once. Yeah. Anyway, things are looking pretty good. We've got the trim in. The only place that doesn't have it is right there in that corner there. But we're actually gonna take the trim off this door and replace it with trim that matches this door. They're not currently the same, so we're gonna do that. But the next step is installing the floor, and then we just have to do the electrical before we can call the inspector out. Once we have the like final inspection approved from the city, then we can go ahead and start just doing like final stuff and like putting stuff in the room. Oh, I can't freaking wait. I'm so excited. Okay, so this is where I've been spending all the last few months that we haven't been doing videos. This has been a nightmare, but it's finally starting to look like an actual room. I'm exhausted, but I'm gonna try to get back to doing videos regularly. I'm massive, big, 8 months pregnant, but I'm gonna try my best. So outside of the new room is our kitchen. That's the fridge there. And the stairs that actually go up to the current studio craft room. But over here, please ignore our mess. This is all stuff that is like new furniture or stuff that needs to go into the new craft room. So there's like a ton of IKEA stuff here and like a big desk, and there's just a ton that needs to be sorted and figured out. So as Andrew gets closer to finishing the new room, I'm gonna be going to that pile and trying to figure out how to get all this stuff built and incorporated and put in the new room. So we officially have all of the IKEA furniture for the room built, except for one Kallax unit because it was damaged. So we're gonna have to exchange that. But other than that, all the furniture is either upstairs in my current studio or built and down here already. So it's kind of stacked up randomly right now. But I am super, super excited about how everything is looking. Oh, I'm just so excited. It's all coming together. The floors look amazing. There's a massive pile of cardboard we need to take out of here from all the IKEA stuff. But it is really coming together. Things are gonna be so good once this is all done. The countertops are gonna go on top of that. I was originally gonna use dressers, but the one that I had picked out is no longer available. So I decided to just make it easy and go with the Kallax units since they're very handy anyway, and they can store a lot of good things. They can do bins or drawers or cabinets or whatever. So I can make that work. Yeah, I don't know, I'm excited. We got the 2 new Alex units there. And then the 4 that I already have upstairs are gonna come down and they will sit under there. So yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited. The desk fits really nicely. Everything is coming together. Oh, I don't know. I'm really excited. This was an IKEA desk, but we actually found it on like Facebook Marketplace. So it just randomly worked out that we happened to find one for cheap and hoped that it would fit. And it looks like it's gonna work out perfectly. So I don't know. I'm really excited. Okay, so I decided to do an accent wall on this back wall that faces the street. And to do that, I saw this really cute idea of like doing a sponge accent wall. So I've been cutting up this new sponge and I'm going to do kind of like a chevron pattern, sort of like that. And then just like repeat this across the whole wall in, I think, a slightly darker shade of what's already on the wall. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do darker or lighter. I have some paint here. This is what's on the wall. This is a very light, like powdery blue, and this one is, I think, like a slightly darker kind of teal. These are the ones that I was sampling upstairs in the studio before we gave up and didn't paint anything. So I've been warming up my hot glue gun. I'm gonna go ahead and glue the sponges to this to sort of use as like a stamp, so that I can keep them at exactly the same angle every time. And then I'm gonna test it on some paper or something, or maybe this cardboard over here, make sure that it looks the way I want, and then I'm gonna start taping off the wall. Yay. Okay, so I did a test on this wall and you can barely even see it. So gotta go with a darker color. That color's not gonna work like at all. We had some repairs to do on the wall anyway, so figured it wouldn't hurt to test it, but it's not gonna work. So we're gonna use a darker color and hope for the best. Okay, I'm using the laser level to mark where I'm going to put the painter's tape so that all of my little chevron thingamajiggies are evenly spaced. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on putting the painter's tape on. All right, so the accent wall is done. I just reattached the wall outlet cover thingies. So those are on, like over there on the wall. It's the next day, so it only took us a day to like start to finish do this whole thing. We didn't work on it the whole day, obviously, but I think it looks really cute. Kieran's helping me dust. We put the desk back where it goes, and then soon we still need to do like the quarter round trim there. So yeah, I don't know. We have to do that before I probably put the furniture over there, but I think it's looking super cute. Andrew is close to being ready to do the like final sanding and primer and then paint for these repair areas. And we're like almost ready to call the inspector. I am so excited. All right, I am in my upstairs studio for one of the last-ish times. It's gonna be quite a process to get everything moved out of here and into the new studio downstairs, but I'm really excited and I'm getting started. I think I'm going to start with these units here. I'm not using most of the stuff that's in it like on a super regular basis, so I have some storage units down there that we built already, the Brimness units, or cabinets or whatever that we put along one wall. I think I'm gonna move some of the stuff from these into those and go from there. We may have to do a huge shuffle and reorganization once we move in there, but at least this will get me started moving downstairs and start making some progress. Alex drawers from upstairs, plus we had 2 extras that we bought and built, are in place. The Billy bookshelves on top, they go there, but there's gonna be a countertop in between. So these guys here, there's the countertops that are gonna go on top of the Alex, but underneath the Billy. So it'll look a little more finished and less weird, like a bunch of IKEA furniture piled on top of each other. But they fit perfectly between the windows, so that's all done and ready to go. Andrew built the little frame for them to sit on, and then there will be like a little trim piece in the front, like at the bottom there. So it'll look like decorative and built in once it's all said and done. To the left here, there's hopefully gonna be like a little printer cabinet that we build, so I can put my printers right there and they'll be like right next to my desk, so hopefully that will be convenient. And then underneath my beautiful flowers, we've got the Kallax units, also from IKEA. Andrew built the frame for those. They didn't need quite as much of a boost as the Alex drawers did because they're a little taller. So the little frame is shorter, but we'll still have that same trim piece thing like going all the way around. And then in the corner, the 2 wider, shorter Alex units that I still have upstairs are gonna go like right there. And then the countertop will go all the way across and then come this way as well. So I'll have plenty of work surface. That's the idea anyway. And then in the middle, I have only one of the Kallax units down here so far. But this, and then there will be another one. They'll be lifted up off the ground like the other thing. So they'll have a little frame underneath. And then the countertops will go across the top. So it'll be like a big table. I saw this idea, I think on Pinterest for the first time. It's called like the ultimate craft desk. And to me, it just looked like 2 Kallax units with a nice tabletop built up so that they had like a bottom frame, so that they looked more like furniture instead of just the IKEA furniture. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna make it ourselves because they were like $2,000 or something wild like that. And I was like, there's no way I can afford that. So we're gonna make it. Hopefully it goes okay. I don't know, we'll see. But things are looking good. I'm getting really excited. The room is coming together. And then over here, we've got all the cabinets that we built previously. So those are the Brimness units. And then we just brought the Besta units downstairs yesterday or last night. So those are all here and ready to go. And I just gotta fill up the cabinets again. The drawers still have all their normal stuff in it, but anyway, lots to do, making progress. So we'll keep plugging along. This is like a printer cart that came with the desk we bought. And I was originally maybe gonna use it as a printer cart, or maybe not for printer, but for something near my desk. But I discovered it actually fits my heat press really nicely. So I was kind of thinking that I might use it for the heat press. So then I could like wheel the heat press around, and it would be maybe stored over here at the end, like when I'm not using it, and then I could just kind of pull it out and plug it in wherever, or I could plug it in over here if I want, but that way it wouldn't be taking up my countertop. I'm not sure yet if I want to do that or not. So we've been working on moving all of the miscellaneous stuff from my upstairs craft room into the new studio downstairs. So there's stuff kind of everywhere. But we have one more coat to do on the countertops back there with the tung oil stuff that's supposed to help seal them. But then we'll be able to put, I've got my bookshelves over here in the corner. Those will go on top there. So we'll be able to put those up after we do the last coat and then wait like 24 hours. Right now we just have my desktop from upstairs that Andrew and I made sitting across the top here. because these boards that we got that match the countertops, they're actually slightly too narrow. So they don't quite fit. So we are going to return them and get something different that will fit, and we only have to use 2 boards instead of having to buy a 3rd one and cut it and all this other stuff. So that's that. But yeah, everything is looking really good. Andrew eventually is going to paint like the trim pieces in the middle there, and then we'll put like a finishing piece of trim on the bottom so they look like built-in units instead of just this plain 2x4 bare wood look we've got going on here. But for the meantime, or for now, whatever, it works. Yeah, I'm excited. My computer is getting set up. Everything's not plugged in yet, but we're at least getting things where they're going to go. I'm getting really excited. I'm not going to get to use this room very much because we are scheduled for induction at 39 weeks. And so we're going to be having the baby a week from tomorrow as I'm filming this. I have no idea when this video is going to go out, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we don't have much time left. So we're trying to get everything organized and ready to go before that happens, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Fingers crossed. So Andrew is out working on cutting my desk. I am in here with the baby. This is where those pieces are going to go. We've got one cut there, one here on the top, and they're going to go across the top of this section here. Ignore the mess. But we're going to be connecting the 3 of them together so that it forms one tabletop. This piece that's going across right now that's forming kind of a desktop is my old desk from upstairs. We're not going to use that because it wasn't quite the right size. So we're going to use these butcher block tops, which are actually the same as the cabinet or the countertop from the rest of the room here. They look different color just because the ones that are already installed here have like an oil applied to them to help seal them. I really like this color better before they were sealed, but I'm not really sure how we can avoid making them a darker color, but oh well. All right, and just like that, we are done with the garage renovation video. I hope you loved it. Thanks for sticking with me and watching it and seeing the journey of how this really came together. It was definitely a process. I'm really glad that it's done, that I have a space that I can create in. I really love it, and I can't wait for all the little things to be finished, but those can definitely come in time. It is a wonderful space, and I'm so thankful to be able to have it. Yeah, that's what I got. Anyway, love you all to bits. I'll see you in the next one really soon.